Hi everyone, so we're out at the lakes in KARRANG. As you can see, Ricky there just waving the flag, and that's to stop birds from flying in. So we're trying to stop duck hunting, and there you can see one of the noodles sat in the water, gherkins, whatever you want to call him. So what you see is not ducks running, they're what's called decoys, and they use the decoys to give a false sense of security to birds that are flying in, to make them fly and shoot. They also use a duck whistle. So there was two here, but we've got the police over there, you can see, and the gameskeeper. Now they're the guys who hand out all the fines. And then so there's a fair few people out today. So we're wearing high-vis vests. We've got whistles. If we're drowning or whatever, or we need to, make a distraction, whatever. I've got my camera. So early morning start yesterday, early morning start today, and the guys, so these hunters are coming out with tiny little boats, and they put their gun in that boat, and they put their dead birds in their boats, and their bag limit is 4 birds this year, 4 birds a day. And that's because the numbers have plummeted, because 2 years they massacred all the ducks. Literally, they wouldn't have come back from that yet. We're out, and there's people that we're covering. How many lakes are we covering today? 3, 4?
3 or 4.
Yeah, we have 3 or 4 lakes we're covering in our area. Now, there are duck rescuers all over the state of Victoria, various places all over. We're out. I mean, I got to see some yesterday. I'm no joke. I've never seen so many pelicans in all my life. Now, how many pelicans do you think were there yesterday?
3,000 the other day.
Yeah, they estimated 3,000 pelicans yesterday. And when all the shooting started happening, these pelicans all flew up into the air. They looked a little bit lost, to be honest. They were flying around. It was probably one of the most beautiful things. And you could hear the noise of their wings, and they just didn't know where to go. All these gunshots going off. I mean, it is pretty quiet compared to other years, but that's because they killed everything. And then one of the saddest things is was coming towards, because they usually shoot for a few hours in the morning to a certain time, and then they just kind of stop because of the sun glare or whatever. I'm not really sure why did they stop at a certain time?
Oh, because the birds after the morning sort of...
Can I record you? Okay, this is my friend Kristen. She's
hello.
beautiful.
Hi. I think in the morning they're doing all their feeding and going around and doing their morning thing, and then they chill for the afternoon, or the later part of the morning and afternoon, and then they become more active before bedtime. So that's the time the shooters chill as well, and they come back out at night.
Yeah. So when everyone had already started to leave, hunters started to come out of the water, and then as we were leaving the lake that we were watching and stopping hunters from trying to hurt birds, as we were walking out, there was a non-game bird, and these hunters that were in a boat literally just got so frustrated because they hadn't managed to kill anything, and then basically shot one of these birds that came flying down, and literally their whole family of these birds just flew around the circle above where their family member was in the water and flapping around, and they didn't leave until these hunters had killed this bird, and then they got out of the water and then just left. But by then we'd already rang the game reserves to be like, hey, they just shot a non-game bird, and then they got done for that. But it was really sad. Can you imagine that, seeing a family member shot and you have nothing you can do, and you're powerless, and you have to wait until somebody kills them and puts them out of their misery before you leave, and how hurtful that would feel. The disconnection of life for hunters. They don't even class these animals as any valuable, or any feelings, or what these animals go through. I mean, we found birds yesterday, and the bird's been found already this morning that would have been shot yesterday. Some of these birds, if they don't have a shot to the head or to their body, the bird that we found yesterday, it had its legs blown. It was just all its broken bones in its legs. And it was a heavy bird. It was a mountain duck. And they're quite a large duck, so it will never ever survive. Now her legs would have got infected, and then she would have had a very slow, painful death that would have took days to die. And that could have gone on for weeks. And how painful is that? A good healthy bird in good nick, and then their legs are destroyed, that are going to get infected and then die slowly. What? So someone can just be like, oh, I just want to get trigger happy for 2 minutes while you have a miserable fucking death in the rest of your life. Where's the sense in that? They're fucking nuts, a lot of them. Bloody no compassion whatsoever. Oh, it gets my nerves.
Two guys yesterday hit the bird because the bird sort of started faltering coming down and then regained their... They might have just been in shock for a sec from the shot, I'm not sure, but generally they get clipped and then took off flying, which means... And there was nothing we could do because the bird flies away and you're never going to find them. The shooter is meant to... in the ideal situation, which is still horrific, get a clean shot and then retrieve that bird. But most of the time, as far as they say 1 in 4, but I'm sure it's more, that doesn't happen because I saw of the birds I saw go down yesterday, most of them were just clipped and then flew away, and there's nothing you can do, and they're going to go and die a slow death. It's just awful. Hopefully not, but it's highly likely. So yeah, it's just atrocious.
Yeah, and the thing is though, like, to get a gun license, you don't even have to shoot a gun. Like, and they're giving gun licenses to 12 years old, and you don't even have to show that you can even go on point with target. Like, and these birds are their target practice. And then who has a slow, painful death? They act like these animals can't feel pain. Yeah, do you know what? If I shot them and let their bloody cuts in their bodies get infected and let them die slowly, I'd be seen as a psychopath. But here they are, acting like they're some kind of King Kong alpha male hunter, sat around with a bunch of plastic ducks around them with a duck whistle and hiding themselves in camouflage and think they're apex fucking predators. Jesus Christ, can you see the ironic? Like, it's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Makes me sad. And you know what? I reckon that pillock over there can hear me. Look at him. Idiot. He ain't gonna get shit because we got Ricky there with his flag stopping birds from flying in. But yeah, anyway, so it's sad and it's disgusting what's going on. Careful, Ricky, don't actually. Oh yeah, seagull. Okay, fair enough. Anyway, so this is what we're out here. We're going to be in 2 days. So if you are in Victoria, please join your. There's going to be, wherever you are, I'm sure, a local duck rescue crew. If there isn't one in your area, create one. Coalition Against Duck Hunting will probably give you all the information and the tools you need to help you to create a duck rescue team. Yeah, so yesterday was a bit hard for me because, you know, I discharged myself from hospital because I wanted to be out here helping save the ducks. And then I got an earache off my doctor. He was like, we offer you help and then you just reject it. It doesn't take kindly, blah, 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 or whatever. But yeah, no, but once I spoke to my doctor, the best thing about being at the hospital when I was there, I said to the doctor, I was like, look, I've got plans for the weekend. And he was like, you can't drink. And I was like... I know, but I have plans for the weekend. And he was like, you can't drink. And I was like, I know I can't drink, but I have plans for the weekend. And I was like, so I explained to him what I was doing at the weekend. And then he changed his whole persona then. And then he was like, okay. And then gave me all the medication I need to get myself through this. I'm on anti-nausea medication. I'm on this stuff for the stomach line in my stomach. They also went and blew a load of money on Natra stuff to help with my stomach. So yeah, it's all pretty good. So I'm feeling pretty okay, pretty achy at times, but you know, overall pretty good. What else to tell you about KARRANG? There's 150 activists out here in KARRANG, which is really good. And Coalition Against Duck Hunting, if you don't know who they are, go give their page a like on Facebook and wherever they've got other pages, and go see their videos. There's honestly a really beautiful crew of people, like from Laurie and Lynn and Dave and Andy. They're all beautiful people, and many more of them, and they're just, yeah, if you get a chance, go check them out. And these people go out, like, they're going to be out every day for the next 2 months. Now duck hunting is usually 3 months, but because they literally massacred all the ducks 2 years ago, where they actually massacred them so bad that they then got put onto whether it was going to be... Fuck, look at that. So they just shot a bird. Yeah, so what are you seeing there? So that duck, as you can see, is still alive. I'm sure he was shooting on the water. Yeah, he did. He shot across the water and now he's walking with his gun. No, you're not allowed to shoot across the water.
No, it's not illegal. It's just not sportsmanlike.
Yeah.
Oh,
and he's walking. That bird's still alive.
He's flapping.
You gotta remember, so like what I was saying to you before, some of these birds actually have one mate and one mate for life. So if this is one of those birds that have that one mate for life, their partner will basically die of never ever having another partner in their whole entire life. And some hunters, if they know they're a one partner for life, will then hang around and wait for their partner to come back, because their partners come back out of fear and, like, you know, because they're so worried about their partners, and they just come back and they just shoot their partner as well. Is that duck dead?
I think, yeah, the flapping did stop. I hope so, but he didn't really check properly, did he? He didn't check at all.
No. Can you check to see if that duck is dead? Can you just make sure they're out of their misery, mate? I'm not antagonising. I'm just asking him to do his job proper.
Yeah, he won't do it.
No, they don't. They don't give a shit about these ducks.
Yeah, but we've got game here, and we don't want to attract more attention to ourselves that we don't need. That's the thing. Oh, I'm really annoyed. That's awful. Do you know what kind of bird that was? It was small, the white underneath the wings. I think Pacific black ducks are around here.
So he's been on his duck whistle. That was what you would have heard in the background, and that's gives it attracts ducks. What a low life. Utter low life.
No kill morning. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was hoping for no kill morning too. Yeah.
That poor little birdie was just chilling out with his decoys.
Well, there you go, just seen a duck get killed, and then you got the bloody, the people there over there, the ones who aren't in fine. So if I was to step foot in the water and stand in front of his decoys, they'll hand me a $960 fine for trying to stop them from trying to stop people from needlessly killing animals. So these ducks, when you shoot them, the pellets, they go, they spray. And then when they spray, you get does anyone know what that metal thing is that you get when you eat the meat near the metal that's sprayed? You get like that. Do you know what I'm talking about? No. Oh, I learnt it in college. And do you know what? I'll make another video about that. In fact, I'll do a video with Dave. Dave will be able to tell you, or Laurie, one or the other. But yeah, it's not even really it's good. But yeah, it's made me feel sick. That has. Mercury poisoning, could be. Lead poisoning? Yeah, it could be. Could be. Yeah. Anyway, I feel sick. I'm going to go now. So I'm going to sit here and watch Noodle over there and wave a flag. And hopefully stop him from killing any more birds. Because, you know, we're on minimal amount of numbers on these birds. One lake's already been closed because they've got next to no birds. They massacred them all 2 years ago when they got trigger happy and killed everything in sight. Even though then they were only allowed 10 birds per bag. Now they're only allowed 4 birds per bag. That's because they've massacred them. Killing all our native wildlife, thinking that this planet belongs to them and nobody else, thinking they're better than anybody else. What has happened to that? Why do we live in a world where we think we're better than any other living being that we share this planet with? Human world, let me turn your life into a war zone because it gives me a stupid little kick for more than 2 seconds. Whoa, it makes me mad. Friggin' idiots. Anyway, I'm over and out now. I'm getting ranty and I feel sick.